Hi, welcome back to the Lift and Glow Fitness Podcast. Today, we're going to talk about the 7 tips that we recommend to help you transform your body. I'm here with Sammy and Charl.
Hi. Hello.
I'm going to read out the tips that we've kind of come together with, and we'll just talk around each of them. I think the first and most underrated thing that no one really talks about when it comes to weight loss and health is sleep. And I've put it as number 1 because I just think if you fix your sleep, everything else feels so much easier. So what do we think about sleep?
Yeah, I say it to clients all the time. And I actually had a conversation with a client yesterday in a check-in, and she's been getting really poorly recently. And she keeps coming down with colds and stomach bugs and everything. I'm like, it's because your body is in SOS mode all the time. She literally will sleep 4 to 5 hours a night sometimes. But when I say to her, what's your bedtime routine and all that without going into it, she's just sat on her phone or she's watching Netflix and she's like, well, that's my downtime. But if you eat into your sleep, your body's under a constant state of stress, your cortisol levels are really high, you end up snacking at everything because you end up really hungry and aggy. And yeah, everything, sleep just cures everything, doesn't it? It is so important.
1,000%. Everything is easier when you've had enough sleep, isn't it?
Literally.
And everything is 100 times harder. I notice it. So when I have, say, 5 or 6 hours sleep as opposed to the 7 or 8, I am struggling. I'm
me every
so
day.
I know.
My Whoop says 5:48 last night.
And it did I used to be like that. So I used to only have 5-6 hours sleep a night.
I know it's not good.
But that really affected me. My mental health was in a bad way. My ability to perform well at work, my just everything was up the wall. I do feel like you aren't as bad as you must not be as sensitive to it as what I was.
Depends on the day.
Yeah,
because she runs off coffee.
To be fair, she does caffeine
Cheers.
But yeah, I just think that sleep should be the starting point for everyone. And it's it's just underrated. Most coaches and programs and everything, they're talking about calories and protein and training, and all of those things are definitely important. They're on our list, but sleep makes all of that 100 times easier. Just makes it feel the whole process is so much smoother. But what you've just said is so common, especially with mums. If there's women who've got kids, when they put their kids to bed, they're like, right, this is me time now, and they'll sit up for hours,
watch the program or
but not even doing anything worth doing.
It's
scrolling.
Just quiet time. But
scrolling.
They should use that quiet time to go to bed.
But scrolling is not restful. If you want to take time for yourself, go and get a nice bath, go and read a book, do something that is actually down regulating, calming, whereas scrolling on your phone is our brains don't want to be doing that just before bed. One thing that I encourage a lot of the mums to do is once the kids have gone to bed, you go to bed and instead have your quiet time first thing in the morning. So go to bed when they go to bed and then wake up an hour before them or half an hour before them and have your chill time then. And I think that definitely sets people up. When people make that change, it sets them up for the day.
Yeah. We have girls out in the gym, don't we? And some of my PT clients, they'll come to the gym at 6 and then they'll get home and that's when the kids will get up. But they have that hour to, it's not quiet time, but it's their social time, looking after themselves, self-care, whatever you want to call it.
When no one's going, more.
Yeah. And it's just their hour and we're telling them what to do so they can switch off and just, I think it's just a really nice way to start your day rather than waking up to mom and then running around the house and school bags everywhere and whatever.
You don't want to be, obviously we're not mums. We it's hard. We get that it's hard, but it's not a good start to the day to be woke up hearing more and constantly in demand. If you wake up half an hour before them, have your calm cup of tea and then get yourself ready for the day and then you need it. But that does require you to go to bed earlier.
I say to a lot of clients as well, if you get adequate, if you look after yourself well enough, with your sleep and all the other factors, you show up better as a mum, as a wife, as a colleague, as a boss, whatever, it just makes everything feel so much better.
100%.
Sleep is just key. If I don't get enough sleep, I am done in, absolutely knackered.
Well, like I said, I was just really not well. I've never felt more anxious or overwhelmed. I couldn't cope with simple tasks and I don't know, like you just mentioned there, relationships. I didn't have a great sleep on Monday night, and yesterday I was the moodiest bitch.
You're a
ever.
crank.
Fran's like, "You all right?" And I'm like, "No, I'm tired." And
You're pissing me
I
off.
just go to jiu-jitsu and stay away from me because I just need to be on my own. Like, I just think it just makes you, it can just make you ratty, and then that affects your relationships. It affects your ability to be good at your job. And then if you're trying to lose weight, transform your body, and do all of these hard things with your day, then sleep is essential.
Yeah.
It's really important. And obviously for recovery, like your brain needs to recover and your body needs to recover from the demands that you're putting on it. So sleep. But I will caveat all of that with the fact that if you've got a baby or a toddler who just isn't in a routine yet, you just have to try and survive that phase of your life.
Yeah.
And do
You're
your
surviving,
best.
not thriving.
Yeah, I think that few years of when you've got young kids, you'll just crack on, and you'll just have to make do with the sleep that you can get.
Obviously, we haven't got kids, have we? But I think, like so many mums just say, you just do it because you've got to do it. Like you just survive. Like
crack on.
Before you have a kid, like I always think, how will I survive on so little sleep? But
your brain
you do it because Mother
changes.
Nature makes you do it.
Your body, literally change. Your instincts change and everything once you have a baby.
When I went to the gym yesterday to train with Rick in the morning, he was like, "Are you up for this, Sam?" And I was like, "Yeah, why?" He was like, "Because Miles had me up till 2 a.m. Are you up for it?" He was like, "I need you to like, he needed to feed off me." But that's what's good about like the gym classes as well, and like getting to the gym at 6 with your friends, because you feel absolutely fucked when you get there and you feed off everyone else's energy, don't you? Like it's good.
I think training in a group is amazing for that.
Yeah,
it really is, because like when you can't be bothered and there's other people like, "Come on," you're like, "Oh, needed this energy."
Just like 10 minutes with someone chatting to them, and you forget how tired you are, don't you?
Yeah. What I was going to say then about like, if you do have young kids and you're saying, I can't get sleep because of them, take every opportunity to get the sleep. So try and have a lie down instead of doing the dishes. The dishes can wait. Like try and, when the baby goes down to bed, you don't need to stay up for another 2 hours. You can go to sleep then, and your body would prefer if you did do that.
Yeah.
But I think sleep's a big one. It's very, very important.
Massively underrated.
It's so underrated, undervalued,
yeah.
all the above. All of that. It's just not, I know people know that it's important, but people refuse to take it on. They're like, no, I'm fine. I can survive. I used to tell myself I could survive off 5-6 hours sleep. And all it ended in was me having full-blown meltdowns. I started having panic attacks. I was like freaking out over the maddest little things. And it was just like months and months and months of not sleeping. And now my sleep is just the most important thing in the world.
I was envious of your sleep.
I do have to say as well, your menstrual cycle changes when you get plenty of sleep, because stress is a huge part of the menstrual cycle. So my number 2, because it's to transform your body, is to lift weights.
Yes.
Just lift fucking weights. Or is it just fucking lift weights?
Just fucking lift weights.
Both
fucking lift weights.
All the above.
So what we saying? What lifting weights?
Yeah, this is something I literally sent a voice note to a client this morning about this, because she's like, we've lost quite a few kilos on the scales and things like that. Like we are heading in the right direction. But I keep saying to her, like, in order to transform your body and change your physique and sculpt and tone and all the rest of it, you need to lift weights consistently, because she's very much like a high-roxy, crossfitty, runny person. And
which is great.
Yeah,
cardiovascular fitness is fantastic.
But I feel like you need that combination, don't you?
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like just when you see all these girls on Instagram, like you want big glutes or you want toned shoulders, or you don't get toned shoulders from running. Like you need to lift upper body weights. Like you don't grow muscle mass on your ass from, I don't know,
high rocks.
Yeah.
Fran took the piss out of me the other day because he was like, "You've got a high rocks bum," and I was thinking these high rocks athletes have got sick glutes because they strength train. Like
Lucy Davis. We mentioned her in every podcast.
Obsessed with Lucy Davis. I watched her video in Boston the other day, and I was just like, I just want to be your mate.
It was when she posted a bikini picture the other day, just sat down with like full on 6-pack. I was like,
she's just incredible.
Unreal. I know. But anyway, sidetrack.
Anyway, so lifting weights. What do we think about like just going in and lifting weights? Like, is that enough?
No. Oh, I feel like I've talked loads. Go on, you talk.
No. You need to obviously make sure that you're having a good diet as well as training.
So obviously, lifting weights is going to help you transform your body, but is it enough to just go in the gym and just be like, oh, there's a 5 kilo dumbbell, I'll do some squats. There's like another dumbbell, I'll do some shoulder press. Like, is it enough to just go in and lift weights, or does there need to be more? to it.
No, you need more to it.
Yeah, we definitely.
Like I took a long time to realize this as well, because when I first started the gym when I was like 17, I used to go into the meadows in McGall and be like, oh, that machine looks fun. Oh, let's have a play on that.
Same.
And like you'd do an hour of weights and you'd think you'd absolutely fucking smash life.
Yeah.
But I wasn't not progressing, but it was very slow because
it was
I wasn't getting anywhere. It was random, whereas you need like progressive overload. So like we hop onto all of our clients, like try and push a little bit more each week, get a few more reps in, or, you know, a little bit heavier weights, and then also like following a plan. So, but not a plan for 6 months. Like make sure you're changing it up, but like 4 to 6 weeks we normally say, don't we? And then mix it up a little bit.
So I was the same even when I first started out as a PT, like 8 years ago, I think, or whatever. I was just putting clients through like random stuff and like just doing random classes, random workouts, and I myself was just going in and just doing, I fancy doing some curtsy lunges today. I fancy doing some of this and a bit of that. And it was all just very like sporadic, random, thrown together. What do I feel like doing today? And I always did the stuff that I wanted to do rather than the things that I needed to do. And there was no structure. And I just felt like, well, I never got stronger because I would always go and pick the same weights up and do like the similar sort of exercises. So we definitely do need structure. And I think that that's like massively underrated. One of the things that we do differently at Lift and Glow than I've seen most gyms in the area do is that we actually follow a program. Yeah. And like the reason I set Lift and Glow up in that way is because I was teaching in other classes and stuff and just being like, people are being beasted. People are coming out and feeling like they've had a workout, but I don't feel like I'm getting them what they actually want, which is to transform their physique. So I was like, well, when I was setting up Lift and Glow, I was like, we're going to do it different. It's going to be focused on strength training and we're going to follow an actual program so that like people are squatting every week and they can see the difference from 1 week to week 12 to week whatever and see that they've got stronger.
I think what's good about that as well is like, especially when we've got new girls in the gym, like we've had new girls start last week, haven't we? They're not coming into a brand new workout every single day, every different week. Like you gain confidence, you gain like
understanding of how to actually
the form and because like for example I had one of the new girls are doing kettlebell deadlifts the other day and everyone always struggles with the hinge, don't they? And I was just saying to her, honestly, you feel like you're doing absolutely everything wrong, but you're not. It's just your brain's like, what the fuck is this movement? Because it's really weird. But once you start to get used to it, you start to go, oh, that's what I'm supposed to feel, and oh, that's where my shoulders go. But I said, but the only way you're going to do that is by repeating it and practicing, and that's obviously the benefits of a program, isn't it?
And those standard like basic compound lifts, we do them. I'm sorry, as an RDL ever really left the program. It just doesn't. A squat is the same, and we might add like different variations and stuff, but the basics are the basics, and we do them all the time so that you can physically get better at them. And when you get better at a movement, when you get stronger at a movement, you will build muscle and you'll transform your body. I just think that that's like, it is massively underrated. It's not about just going in and lifting weights and being random. It's about following a structure, doing the exercises that actually have the biggest bang for the buck. So I think a lot of people like spend loads of times doing abs, and I would just do your overhead press or do your like.
That's what people don't understand, like the compound lifts. Engage your core. Like I said to all the girls in the gym, like if you're not tensing your core right now, you'd be like a rag doll. Like you're always tensing it, like in a squat, and even like bent over row, you're still rigid, aren't you?
Yeah, we've had it where like people are like, oh, we don't really do many abs, and I'm like, you do an RDL every week and you're loading it up so heavy. You are working your core.
I even asked the other day to one of the girls that says, where are you feeling this?
Yeah.
And she was like, me core.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's a good thing. I was like, do you feel it in your hamstrings as well? She's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, that's good as well.
But they're like surprised, aren't they?
They're surprised you can feel it in your core as well.
Yeah.
And I was feeling my core pull-ups as well, because you're like
pull-ups
tense
always,
everything.
Pull-ups always feeling my core. Even a bench press, because I'm like, the whole body is tight and there's tension. And I think that obviously we talk a lot about lifting weights. It is important, but don't just go in and be random. And it's not boring to follow a program. Like the amount of people who message me going, how do you do the same exercise over and over again? And I'm like, because I want results. I want progress. And I actually find it so much more interesting to see me getting stronger over a period of time than me just being like, what am I doing this for? Why am I not like, I don't know. It's not about going and doing training and exercising are different things. You can exercise for fun, but when you're training, you're trying to achieve an outcome, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're trying to actually get better at something. And to get better at something, you need to be repetitive.
Yeah.
So I
Rinse
think,
and repeat.
yeah. And I just think like, it's, you know, if you're training for high rocks, you have to do the high rocks movements. So like, that's not boring.
No.
But because it's so intense, people like get addicted to that kind of.
As well, like obviously we all know like I'm a big
Hybrid
gal, yeah. Although that gives me the accent of a hybrid gal.
You're a hybrid girly.
I wish I
I'm a
could say I was a
hybrid
hybrid girl.
You are?
I wish I could say I was a hybrid girl.
But
Same,
obviously, like,
I am a lift weights, occasional run
yeah.
girl.
I was trying to thought now.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, like what I was gonna say was me high rock. See, like when we do our engine session on Sunday, like they can be sporadic, but they're sporadic in a sense of the different workouts, but they still always contain the same movements. Like when I go to CrossFit every week and every day is a different workout. But they still
But you're doing the same movement patterns.
But like, so you can be a bit more flexible with those kind of style of workouts, like you're more endurance engine based, but then keep your strength the same. Is what I was gonna say.
I think if you're improving cardiovascular fitness, then you can have have a lot more variety.
It's good to have different like stimulus, isn't it?
Yeah, so like our engine classes, they have the same movements every week, but they are different format, different structure. They all still build cardiovascular fitness.
Engine class.
I know, I do. So yeah, number 2, lift weights, but do it with intention, do it with structure, follow a program, join a gym like ours, or get a coach like who can program you like an actual, like a week of workouts that you're going to repeat and that are going to actually transform your body. You can't transform through randomness. Number 3 is walk.
Yes.
So easy.
Another underrated, undervalued aspect of life.
It's so underrated.
Yeah.
I didn't really appreciate walking until I got a dog.
Well, same just before.
Yeah.
I used to always like, I need a dog.
Yeah, I just feel like walking. During lockdown, everyone was going for walks. Everyone fell in love with walking. Oh my God, I'm walking for my mental health. I'm like, why is that stopped? Like, we're not designed to be sat down all day, staring at screens. We need to get out. We need vitamin D. And this isn't just about transforming your body. I actually think this is about transforming your
mental health.
Yeah. Mentally health.
That's what I always say to my clients as well.
Yes, and transforming yourself mentally, physically. Because yes, it does burn calories and it increases your energy expenditure, which helps you transform your body. But it's more like I walk now for my brain.
Yeah.
It's
like
more for my brain.
Yeah.
It's to get away from my laptop. It's to get away from like screens, or like I can overthink a lot. And then when I go for a walk, it's like, I've got space for these thoughts.
I love it when like you can leave your phone at home and just like, put it on do not disturb in your pocket, have your musical podcast on, but just walk and just take it all in. Even like a no headphone walk, and just especially this time of year when it's dead nice outside and stuff.
Well, I was saying earlier, wasn't I? Like my ideas come to me when I'm on a walk or in the shower. And those 2 times, there's no screen in front of me. It's like my brain's got the space to think about things properly. And also like if I'm struggling with something, or if I'm flagging, so if I have a big day of check-ins and I'm just sat on my phone, on the laptop, on my phone, on the laptop, and then I feel like the quality of them kind of declining, or I'm falling over my words more, I'm like, right, go outside, and I come back and I can just smash through.
Refreshed. Even like 15 minutes just feels so much better, don't you?
It's a productivity hack, helps your mental health, allows you to get vitamin D, and it expends energy, which assists with a calorie deficit. Why would you not do it?
I think as well, like quite a lot of my clients go, oh, well, I'll do my steps on the treadmill today. And I'm like, but it's not like,
that's taking the energy bit.
Yeah, but we want to get the fresh air. We want to get like, the be at one with nature vibes. So like the vitamin D and all that, like it isn't just about being in a dingy pure gym on a treadmill in the dark. Like that's not what you want to do. For some of my clients, if it's like pissing down, they will go. And then that's like, if you want to go and get your steps in, that's amazing. But it is about getting outside more so, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it is like the fresh air.
And trying to go somewhere nice for a walk as well, if you can.
Yeah.
Like I like driving with the dog, like only 10 minutes, 15 minutes down the road. But rather than walking on the main road where we live, I'll take her to like a big park or like to the beach or wherever, if you can. Obviously that's a luxury, but
open space and like green space, it gives us serotonin makes us feel
and we are
happy.
lucky to have green spaces by us. Obviously not everyone has that, but if you can, I'd definitely go to like a
park or
a more
beach.
zen-y place.
No, walking is definitely underrated, and it's definitely something that we need to be doing. So like, and also just don't find excuses. Like walking is so easy, requires zero skill for you to do. You literally just get up and go. You only have to do it in short little bouts. And just don't like look for reasons not to. So I was doing a check-in with a client yesterday and she was like, I'm just not getting me walks in on the days when I'm in the office. I'm like, why? Like, park further away from work. When you have a break, don't sit and scroll or talk shit with your colleagues. Go for a walk, go to the shop, give yourself a purpose. A lot of people struggle with just going for a walk.
Yeah.
They need a purpose. I'm like, go to the shop and get yourself a nice diet drink.
Mine's always coffee.
Coffee, the boss one.
Yeah.
Like, give yourself like a little purpose to go for that walk. That's why I think having a dog changed it for me, because I did used to think
Kira's your purpose.
Kira is now my purpose to get out and get moving. Walk to a different bus stop, walk to a different train station, just try and move. There's even simple things like, obviously this isn't outside, but go on a different floor to go to the toilet in
Take
office.
the escalator. Yeah.
Yeah. That was one thing that I used to do in the office. I used to work on the 3rd floor, but we also had the 2nd floor. So I'd take the stairs up every time. But when I needed a wee, I'd go to a kitchen. I wouldn't wee in the kitchen. I'd go to a toilet downstairs. And when I needed like a cup of tea or a drink, I'd go to a kitchen on the other side of the office. So that's not the same as
move around
walking, but it's getting steps in.
Yeah. Or even just like parking further away from like the supermarket and stuff like that, isn't it?
Yeah. So why do you always need the closest space to the Asda or whatever? Like, try and go at the back of the car park. So far we've got sleep, lift weights and walk. I've put walk daily because I do just think that it can change your life. My next one is eat. This might seem like counterintuitive. Oh, I thought of the word. Eat bigger, more nutritious meals. I think this confuses people.
Because people are like, eat more, what?
Yeah. I feel like people always go for like the lower calorie options when it's not actually a big help, because I actually had a client yesterday, I was speaking to her and she was saying to me how she was really starving all the time and she was snacking loads. So we had a look and she was eating like 250 calories. It was like a chicken salad. And I was like, just having chicken and having salad isn't gonna fill you up for the day. Like, I know I would be starving. Like, I was like, why don't you add like a little bit of carbs to that as well? Like, you know, like, so like, I don't get how people just try and shy away from like carbs and things like that. They're gonna keep you fuller as well. Yeah. So you just need to bulk out your meals a lot more.
Well, the carbs are your prime source of energy. Like, that's where we get our energy from, other than caffeine. And I'm looking at you, but I'm so bad for caffeine. I've gone right back onto the coffee train. Yeah. I'm like,
your thing on Monday made me laugh on your story when you were like, Saturday night out drinking
broke the rule.
Cafe. Yeah.
I was like, literally broke the rule.
I had coffee.
I have a rule, don't I? No coffee after lunch. And it was like 2:30. Needed a coffee. I was not going to survive the day, so I had one. Fran was like, you don't half drink a lot of milk, you know, because I'm the only one in the house who drinks milk. And I go through so much milk because of all the cappuccinos.
Yeah.
So yeah, carbs are the prime source of energy. And like that, what you've just said there from with your client is what pretty much everyone does. And when we're saying transform your body, obviously part of that for a lot of people is fat loss. So they think, right, I need to diet. A lot of people think that they need to make their meals as small as possible because they're trying to survive. So they're trying to eat as little as possible and survive and be like, if I eat as little as possible, I'll lose as much as possible. But we often see that that's not actually the case, because when they eat really small meals, they snack loads, just like you said your client does. And I was looking at a food diary yesterday and I was like, 700 calories on snacks.
Yeah.
150 calories on a breakfast, 250 calories on a lunch, a little dinner, whatever it was, and like 700 odd calories. I'm just like, no, it's no. The reason you're that snacky, the reason you feel like you need to constantly snack is because your meals just aren't doing it for you. Yeah. They're not filling you up.
And most of the time, you're not getting any nutrition out of the snacks because they're going for the chocolate, they're going for the crisps, they're going for salty nuts. Yeah. Oh, my mum's on that train now.
Is she?
Yeah, I opened the door the other day and I was like, oh.
You're one of them,
the box is going to be gone in one.
To be fair, like, I don't mind a skinny whip, but just eat a fucking Freddo. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not actually nicer than a Freddo and calorie-wise.
People think they're being better with that, but
it
actually
says
no different.
Skinny.
Yeah.
I hate food
Or
labeling.
like when stuff like they are actually really nice, but calories wise they're not. So the Trek, is it Biscoff bars or something? Oh my God, they're fucking unreal. But it says like protein all over it, and I think there's like 8 grams protein in it, and it's like 300 calories, might be wrong, compared to like a grenade bar which has got 20 grams of protein in it for like 215 calories, like, but you feel like you're being better because it says protein on it than or just have a Kit Kat. Do you know what I mean?
I get that a lot. People getting the Trek bars and like these protein flapjacks. I'm like, listen, there's no
Full
protein.
sugar.
There's literally, you are eating a flapjack, like you're eating that's not, you're not having a protein bar.
Have a flapjack and a bit of chicken.
Yeah. I always remind people of the 10-to-1 calorie ratio. So for something to be high in protein, I would say it needs to have 10 calories for every 1 gram of protein. So if you look at an average protein bar, it's like roughly 200, 250 calories, and you usually get between 20, 23 grams of protein from them. So that's like close to that 10-to-1. So if you're spending 300 calories on a flapjack and there's only 8 grams of protein, it doesn't fucking matter if that package says it's protein.
You're just eating a flapjack.
You're just eating a flapjack, and like they've just proper, what's the word I'm looking for? They've just proper like swindled you, tricked you into thinking that you're eating this healthy food.
Like you literally may as well have a flapjack and like a skinny latte from Costa, because a skinny latte's got like 8 to 10 grams of protein in it.
Bread has got protein in it.
Yeah. Bagel has 10 grams.
Yeah.
I think another thing as well, when Charlie said about a client with, just eating like a chicken salad, on the other hand, like I have clients who will literally have like half pack of rice and a chicken fillet, and that's it. So I'm like, so you would say about big nutritious meals, but we also mean like volume, don't we? So fruits, veggies, well, fruits at breakfast obviously, but veggies, salad, like, you know, you should have like your plate, but half of it wants to be filled with colour. Like I always say, make it as colourful as you can, rainbow. Yeah. Like we all know I'm fond of a Sammy salad. Like I will literally see what's in the fridge and just throw all sorts in, because that's, you can have more of it for less calories, can't you?
Yeah,
so it keeps you full.
I literally did this yesterday. I was really struggling for something to make for tea. So just went into the fridge and I was just like, oh, I didn't have like any veg that like felt veggie enough. So, but I was trying to bulk out a pasta. I was making a pasta. So just added mushrooms, tomatoes, onions, like frozen veggies, just added many different plants as possible. So when I got my plate of food, it felt like a big plate of food, but there wasn't actually tons of pasta on it. It wasn't like a really high calorie meal. It was just bulked out. And like, I said this before, and I actually got slated a little bit on Instagram, and I was just like, fuck off, you.
Fuck the haters.
It was like that your stomach doesn't know how many calories is in an item of food. It only knows like the volume of food. So if you give yourself a 400 calorie meal, but that's a large portion of food, you'll feel fuller than if you just eat like a 400 calorie donut. And this fella was like, are you telling me that after you've ate a donut, you're not full? I'm thinking, I could eat 5 donuts back to back. What the fuck are you on about?
I was literally just thinking the exact same thing.
Give me a pack of Krispy Kremes.
Literally, like I could eat 10 glazed donuts.
1,000%. Or like, you know, those big, massive shea bars of dairy milk. I don't know how many calories are in them, but I would not think twice about nailing one of them. No. Like, I wouldn't think about, like, that wouldn't make me feel sick or full. No. Maybe I'm just disgusting, but that's like, whereas if I have like a huge plate of food and that's, you know, quarter of the calories in that whole chocolate bar, I'm going to feel more full.
Yeah.
So he was wrong. We're right. But anyway, your stomach knows. And of course, it was a man as well. Like, why is it always men? Love men. I just hate some of them.
Love men.
It doesn't sound like it.
I do. I just
shut the back myself up. I love men.
Some of them are just stupid. And so, yeah, food volume is so important. So, like, if you're having a bowl of porridge, throw on loads of fruit. If you're having like chicken and rice, it does look depressing, doesn't it? When you put your 125 grams of rice.
Looks dead sad.
Whereas if you bulk it up with like veggies and salads, you feel better. Pasta, curries, just throw as many different things in as possible to like bulk up the volume. And like my guideline for like the balanced plate is a palm full of protein, 2 big handfuls of veggies. That could be as many different veggies as you want in those 2 big handfuls, fistful of carbs, and then a little bit of fats like your thumb. And I just think if you use that guideline, even if you're not tracking food, you know you've built a balanced plate. If your food just looks like chicken and a piece of bread, or 2 chicken sausages and a piece of bread,
looks sad.
It's not what we're looking for. Yeah. You haven't ticked all of those 4 boxes.
I think as well, people always shy away from like veggies and fruits and stuff because like, they just take so long to prep, and one of those is like prepping and that, but just get ready prep stuff. Like I always buy like ready chopped up mango, pineapple, whatever, like bag of salad, or like stir fry veggies, or like the ready to go in the oven, like Mediterranean veg, like just easy frozen stuff.
I hate cutting veg.
Yeah.
I hate it. Cutting an onion.
I hate it when you've got all the shit that comes off it, like the
worse.
Core of stuff in the skin.
No, there definitely is things worse, but I hate cutting an onion. That's normally Fran's job. But then bags of diced onion, you can get frozen
so good.
onions.
You put them in your story the other day.
Yeah.
You can get lazy garlic.
So many people
Everything
don't know
tastes
about all
nice.
this though, you know, like so many people message me when I put up that bag of diced
Like, oh
onion.
my God.
Can you get them? I was like, yeah, fresh
Gotta go to
diced
the right
onion.
place.
Yeah.
Even things like grated carrot, like throw that into your curries, throw it into your pastas. You can hardly taste it. I get like bags of frozen veggies. Now I don't like sweet corn, but this has sweet corn in and I eat it because I'm not 4 anymore. So I have like, it's got sweet corn, diced carrot and peas. And I literally just like defrost it by like putting boiling water on, throw it in the microwave and then throw it into recipes. And that just adds like vegetables to it. So, I mean, and if you're saying that you don't like vegetables, there's loads of ways of blending them up.
Yeah, make pasta sauces and stuff.
Yeah, dicing them up. Like when I was on my hen do, Shannon made this pasta and it was so nice. And the sauce was made out of like blended vegetables and beetroot and everything. It was.
Oh, I want that recipe. I'll
I
ask
know,
her.
you'll have to ask her. She was on
Love
the
a bit of
no sugar vibe. So it was like it was really nice. So eat bigger and more nutritious meals. Don't try and have like tiny meals and then make up for it with snacks. You know, we know that like chocolate and crisps and that is not meant to make up the bulk of our food. The nutritious meals keep you fuller, make you feel better. And they do, like they help your gut, you get more protein in and you look better. Like you do. I also think as well, like you can notice a difference if you've just survived off protein bars. You can notice a difference than if you've actually ate real whole foods in how your body looks. Like things like your gut, bloating, inflammation,
your skin, like whether you're glowing or not, or like
skin. So like it isn't just as simple. And I again get slated for this. It isn't as simple as like calories in, calories out. Your food quality 1000% matters if you're caring about how you look and feel.
Yeah,
not
whole
just
foods.
The scales. Like it does make a difference. We spoke about this, but the next one is reducing snacking.
Yeah. Kind of combines, doesn't it?
Yeah. We've literally
done that.
Every client who almost every client I come into contact with says, I'm bad with snacks. I love me snacks. But those people I find it the hardest to lose weight because they tell themselves, I'm addicted to snacking, I'm addicted to this, I just need biscuits, I just need that. And
That's
they
how you
find
talk
it
to yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, and they find it like really, really hard because they don't want to make that shift. But all it is you're in the routine of just eating too many snacks. So, and you'll find that once you make the switch to bigger meals, you won't need them snacks.
I literally had a client text me this morning. So she's been on Thrive now for 3 weeks and she's a midwife. That's how I know her. And she messaged me saying, because she had 2 weeks annual leave when she first started on the programme. And then she was like, do you know what? I've worked 3 long days and I haven't touched any NHS snacks. And do you know what? I wasn't even that bothered. Like I didn't even want them. And I was like, it's because you're fueling better. Like you're thinking about your food. You're not going in with no breakfast or no lunch. So you're not getting to 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a long day and being like, oh my God, biscuits. Like you're full. Your body's like, no, I'm all right. I don't need them.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you wanted a couple of biscuits, then have them. But just don't have the usual 10 when you just sat there doing your notes. It's like, I'm not saying they're off like what's the word, off limits, but have a couple of them, but you're fueling better, so you'll want the snacks less, don't you?
Yeah, I think we need to like stop skipping meals. We need to make sure that we've got a good routine of 3 meals a day, which manages our energy levels, it manages our hunger, it takes away cravings, and then that all makes it easier for you to transform your physique because I just think that when you let yourself get too hungry, that's when you eat a packet of biscuits. I'm the same. Like if I've skipped a lunch because of whatever reason, which does still happen, like I am human, I'm eating like peanuts. I'm eating a full share bag of like peanuts. I'm like, oh my God, I could have had 2 meals. So I think like we need to try and think forward of what's the breakfast I'm going to have. Like you said, she's planning ahead and be a bit more intentional with her foods, fueling herself better, and then you just crave them less.
Yeah.
You really do. It's when you skip meals and you let yourself get starving, that's when you're craving the shit because your body wants instant energy.
It's like SOS mode, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like shit, give us anything, just give us what's close.
Yeah. It's like when we're coming in here sometimes, we're like, let's have a squares bar.
Them squares bars in the gym don't half save my life, you know.
I feel like I started off that trend.
No, you did. And then I was
And now
like,
it's a
right, we
thing
can
now.
never not have square bars at the gym.
I came in, there was 2 bags. I was like, made up.
When she came home from Glasgow, I was like, Charlie, there's 2 packets of square bars.
I went to Neville, does he have one?
SOS sugar. I love squares bars.
Yes, I know I do. Really love them. Next, we've got, this is a good one. Learn to navigate social occasions. So one of the things that often happens is people are like, no to life. Like, no, I can't go for meals out. I'm on this plan. I've got this coach. I've started this diet. I'm doing this gym challenge. Or they'll be like, oh, and I can't start because I've got this meal out, this birthday, this ball or whatever. I don't know where ball came from. Who goes to balls? Sarah goes to balls. I feel like. So like, I don't know where. I actually envisioned a big princess ball.
Is it because it's prom season? You've probably seen prom photos.
Yeah. I have seen prom photos.
I've heard the word ball a few times, to be fair, like with these business people lately.
It is like ball. It's like professionals. They hold like balls, don't they? Like charity balls.
Yeah.
Stop saying balls.
Balls. Are you now thinking of men's balls?
Oh, I am now.
Oh my God. Anyway, so learn to navigate social stuff because
I digressed.
I think people hold off getting started when there's busy periods. So like I have had like a really busy social few months and still loads to come. And like if I had gone, all right, pause while I do all this, I'd have ended up going like 10 steps back. Yeah. So we don't need to hold off and not start because of them. We need to learn how to navigate them. And we also don't need to hit pause on life because you only live once and you can't just say no to everything.
If you don't learn how to navigate them, then you'll do your challenge and then you go back to square one because you'll start going out again, but you won't know how to control yourself when you're out, will you?
Yeah. So one of our things that we constantly say is if you can't see yourself living this life forever, it's not going to last.
Yeah.
So if you can't go for tea with your partner or your friend and you can't go for a bottle of wine with one of your mates, you know, like, and catch up with them, then it's not going to be sustainable. You have to learn how to handle those situations. So I did a check-in with a client yesterday and you can imagine my reaction to this. She had a small breakfast and then the only other thing in her food diary was 1,500 calories of beer.
Oh.
And I was like, we can't do this.
I know I was going to say, at least you tracked it.
I know she tracked it. But I was like, we can't do this. We cannot do this. No. We have to get better. Like, I want you to go out with your mates or whoever it was you were out with, but we've got to handle this differently. So how do we handle it differently?
So your best checking, well, if you're going to go out and drink beer all weekend, then you're not going to really get anywhere because it's just so high in calories. Like, I would never tell someone to not eat beer. Drink beer, because I do go out and I drink beer.
Love a beer?
I love a beer.
Absolutely love a pint.
But I just won't spend my whole night on them because I know it's going to be a lot. So I'd go out and have maybe one or two and then I'd switch to maybe a lower calorie drink. So it's just not about sacrificing what you enjoy. It's just about making a bit of compromise and just going for the lower calorie options later on in the day.
It's balancing things better, isn't it?
Yeah.
So like if you go out and you have 10 pints, of course you're going to have more calories. And okay, that might feel fun or great in the moment. I love beer. I would literally, there's been many days when I go on holiday, I'll drink beer all the time. But if I'm trying to be, now I'm in the run up to my wedding, I'm not going to have like a big beer night. I'll have maybe one beer or I'll have a beer and then an Aperol and then I'm on the gin and slim or the vodka and slim one, which isn't as nice for me, but it does help with limiting your calories. There's 50 calories or 60 calories in a single gin slim line or like a single vodka and Diet Coke. You're looking at 60 calories. If you're having beer, it can be like 200 calories.
What's in a pint? 200 ish.
I think
like an Aperol is like 250, isn't it?
Yeah, I think a pint of beer, could be wrong, but I think it's about 260 for a pint of beer. But different brands are different.
Yeah, it depends, isn't it?
So like it does add up. That's five.
An Aperol isn't that much, is it?
No,
like
an
not if you're having
Aperol's
with soda water.
I think you're looking at between, Aperol's got sugar in and there's Prosecco in it, which is 90 calories for a glass of Prosecco.
I do have big Aperol nights.
I do, you know, we all do, but if you were on a kind of, if you were on a focus to lose weight,
I'd have like 2 and then do gin.
Yeah. And that's it. I think you got to think about your priorities.
Even Prosecco on its own, it's not that. It's like 90 calories. 90 calories glass, isn't it?
Yeah. So one of my clients like exclusively drinks Prosecco, but she likes that because she can really keep a track. If she knows she's at 5, she knows she's at like 500 calories. And I do feel like Prosecco doesn't go down that easy. It's like a slower drink.
You can't like rush it, can you? Yeah.
I mean, some people might be able to, but that's a slower drink for me. Same thing with like wine is like, I say this all the time, she'll probably kill me. I watched my stepmom drink 3 bottles of wine once. That's 1,800 calories.
Yeah.
Like that's a day worth.
So easily done now.
So easily done. I've done it before.
Especially a social occasion or whatever.
Yeah, I've done it before. I've had big red wine nights with my dad where we've drank loads of wine and it's easily done. But if your priority right now is to transform your physique, you want to lose fat, tone up, that's kind of stuff that you can't get away with. Especially not if it's like a normal part of your routine. So I usually say to people, if you go out once in a blue moon, like if that's a monthly one-off, fill your boots, do whatever you want. Because in that day, you cannot destroy a month of work. But if you go out every week, sometimes twice a week, you have to rein it in. It's got to be pulled back. So that's alcohol. I would say stick to low calorie drinks where you can. Have 1 or 2 of what you really enjoy and then move on to the lower calorie stuff. I think as well, tweaking your nutrition in the day. So like the mistake that my client made was she didn't eat any food all day and just had beer. To be fair, she handled the hangover well as well. Like I was thinking, well, this is going to be a big day the next day, and it wasn't. What you want to try and do is try and eat high protein, low carb throughout the day.
Yeah.
Maybe have some carbs in one of your meals, but
try and reduce the calories slightly.
Reduce the calories.
Yeah, like I
slightly.
say to clients sometimes, like just have your fruit and yogurt, but no granola, or like have a salad instead of a sandwich or something like that, but still eat something. Like you still need something in your system.
Yeah. So if normally your pattern is fruit, yogurt, and granola, and then a wrap, and then chicken and rice, you would just have like your fruit and yogurt, your chicken salad, and then like a small dinner. That might be where you want to have some carbs, whatever, before you go out.
Or if, like, same if you're going out for like a meal, like same rules, but obviously you're going to have more calories with your meal, aren't you?
Yeah. And good thing that helps with having a meal out as well as calorie borrowing.
Yeah.
So you can work your calories on like an average calories. So if you like cut out snacks on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, save yourself a couple of 100 calories from them days, use that to give you a bit more wiggle room when you do eat out at a restaurant. I do always say though that if you do calorie borrowing, it doesn't last long. Like if you save 1,000 calories from the week to use for a meal out, it can be gone in a starter sometimes, or it can be gone in 2 bottles of wine. So you do still need to make wise choices.
Yeah, you can't press the fuck up button because you've saved a few calories.
It's only a little buffer, isn't it?
It's a little buffer.
But
every little helps.
Yeah, it does. It does help. But that's what I mean. You could still go out and rather than having a starter, main, dessert and alcohol, you could just choose 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah.
So that's something else to like rein it back a little bit. And you'd probably still be within like that calorie range if you did have just your main.
Yeah, definitely. So I was actually speaking about this on the Q&A this week. I was saying going for meals, having takeaways is my thing. I don't drink that much anymore. I don't go out and party. I just love food. But so I go out, I'll eat out like 2 to 3 times a week. But if I go for breakfast, I don't get a full English. I get poached eggs and avocado, even when I actually really want a full English. If I go for a meal, I don't get starter, main, dessert and alcohol. If I'm going to get a starter, and I'll be mindful with what I choose, and I probably won't be drinking on that day. If I am drinking, I'll just get a main. And it's just this like constant balancing act. And like, obviously there's the fuck yes occasions. So there's your birthday. There's like a big celebration. A hen do. But if I went out for your birthday, I wouldn't overindulge because that's your birthday. That's not my birthday. Yeah. It's important to be there for you and for the social thing, but it's not an opportunity for me to go wild. So I think a lot of people think everything is an occasion, and it's not. Your birthday's an occasion. Your celebration's an occasion. But if you're going out even for your partner's birthday, you can still manage what you eat and drink. So yeah, I think 2 of 4 is huge. Like it can literally halve your calories, can't it? Like if you had a starter, main, dessert and
easily
alcohol, it's going to be
3,000 calories easily.
Loads. Yeah. And then if you just take away the starter and dessert and you want to have a few drinks, then you've got that bit more of a wiggle room with it, haven't you? In terms of ordering when you're eating out at restaurants, like I mentioned earlier, I don't get the pancakes, I don't get the full English. I do go for sensible choices. What are some other like sensible choices that you'd make at meals out?
Like think about your protein. Like always make sure you've got like a protein source. And like for example, I went for lunch on Sunday to a little cafe and I really wanted this Greek salad, but it was just Greek salad. So I was like, can I add some chicken to it? And like just try and always have a bit of protein there, but also like try and go for things that aren't like deep fried, like creamy, like cheesy, like try and stay with like veggie, tomato based things as well. Yeah. Like the go-tos, I always say to clients, like if you're going for like a general meal in like an Italian or a pub or whatever, like steak is always a good option, or like fish.
Yeah.
Or tomato-based meals.
Tomato-based,
tomato-y pasta or something like that.
Like your tomato base is going to be less calories than like your creamy, rich, like
as nice
buttery.
as it is.
Stunning. Yeah. Stunning.
Or it's like
not everything's a special occasion. Exactly, if you're going out for your mate's birthday or your colleague's birthday, that doesn't need to be your fucky ass meal. You might have something at the weekend that can be. So it's like,
and don't be full with stuff like salads, like chicken Caesar salad. It's nice, but Caesar sauce is so calorific, isn't it? Same with like hollandaise and eggs Benedict and all stuff like that. Like I'm having poached eggs on a muffin. I'm like, yeah, but it's literally drowned in hollandaise like that. Yeah. So I will obviously depend on how good I'm being, but I'll say, can I have that without the hollandaise, or you know,
or put it on the side. Yeah.
So it's not drowned in it.
Yeah, I think they're all good shouts. Like trying to go for your protein options, or like ones that aren't these rich creamy things. What's that on the table? Oh, it's a dog bone.
Yeah. I've been looking at them for ages.
That was a tooth.
It's been there for ages. I was looking at it.
It's the end of Olive's bone. She didn't eat it.
So yeah, I think going for like high protein options and stuff. But also what I would say is, even if you're at a restaurant that only does indulgent stuff, so think like a pizza place, and the only option is pizza, nothing's stopping you leaving some of that pizza.
Eat until you're 80% full.
Yeah, eating until 80% full. So there's been plenty of times where I've had a meal in front of me and I'm like, this is big, it's indulgent. I've still chose it, but I'll just leave some on the plate. I just won't eat it all. I'll stop before I feel full. And you come away from the meal actually feeling more proud of yourself and having enjoyed it more. We all know that when you overeat, you feel,
can't stand up.
You're struggling, aren't you? And you're like, why did I eat that much? I now feel sick. Then you have a shit night's sleep. And like, so just think, you know, if there is no other option and you just really want that carbonara, get the carbonara, maybe add some chicken to it, but say to yourself, I'm going to leave a quarter of this. Yeah. And then, and put your napkin on the plate. Yeah, like that's my thing. I literally put the napkin on the plate. And once the napkin's there, it's a no-go zone. I'm like, not touching it. I'd also say as well, like, don't go wild for sides. So I used to be, if I'm going to a restaurant, I was ordering all the starters, all the sides. I couldn't have a pasta without having chips to dip in. Like, I was just over the top. Whereas, like, we don't need it. It is actually excessive. Like, the pasta.
Unless it's like a bit of extra veg or salad or something. Yeah, you don't need
extra veg.
Bit of broccoli.
Double carbs and stuff like that.
But it doesn't need to be chips on the side of your
triple
pasta.
baked cheesy mushrooms or something like that.
You don't need to put chips on top of your pizza. You don't need chips with everything. I think that was like a big hurdle for me for a while. And then there was something else that I was going to say about meals out as well. Like choosing where you go. So if you have any control over where you go and you're trying to diet or change, you know, make some healthy choices, put the shout out there to go to Nando's or to go to a Greek or a Turkish restaurant. And even in an Indian restaurant, you don't need to get a curry. You can get the grilled meats, which are still stunning.
Yeah.
And you can get sauce on, shashlik. Yeah. You can get sauce on the sides. Like when you're at an Indian or a Chinese restaurant, have half the rice instead of the full thing. There's all sorts of little ways that you can be like, you know, just rein it in. You can still have lovely, tasty food, but you're just limiting those portions a little bit.
The same as you said before about going out for drinks. If you're going to go out like just once every blue moon, then go on, enjoy yourself. Yeah. But if you know you're going out multiple times like we do, you can't be having the Fino Pita from Nando's every time. Yeah.
Like with chips and garlic bread.
Exactly.
So Fino Pita. I love Fino Pita.
I know. I'm thinking about it right now.
I would actually nail a Fino Pita right now.
Nice.
That's a good point. If going out for a meal, so I have the odd client where one meal out a month is like normal. I'm like, you fucking enjoy that, love. That's your date night. It's the only night away from the kids. Like, enjoy it. But if you are like us and you go out multiple times, you do have to just, it's like, I constantly feel like things are a balancing act. Like I know that I'm going to have something at the weekend. So on a Wednesday, if I go for tea, I'm probably going to pull it back a little bit and be a touch more sensible. Okay, next one. And this is the last one. And I feel like this could be surprising to people, kind of like the sleep one, but it has a huge impact on how easy or difficult everything is. And it's manage your stress and your emotions. A lot of people don't realize how closely connected mental health and physical health are. And they just completely like keep them as like separate things. And then be living amongst the stress and going through really emotional, stressful things and not realizing how that's impacting their food choices and their exercise choices. So if you are really wanting to transform your body, it's a really good idea to also think about managing your stress and your emotions. And I think that that's another hugely underrated, undervalued.
It is. Yeah. Lots of underrated, undervalued things.
So when you think about it, when you're stressed, it's very common to like want to emotionally eat. I know I do it.
Like all the chocolate.
Yeah.
Or wine.
Yeah. Alcohol, food. Even last night when I was tired, I was tired on the couch and I was being all grumpy. And Fran's like, what are you doing for tea? And I was like, I can't be arsed cooking. Just pick up a spit roast on the way home. And I was like, just want a katsu curry. But I was like, no, like shook myself off and was like, just make yourself a meal. Like that's not going to be the helpful thing.
Yeah.
So you do have to.
And you might have kicked yourself after you'd eaten it, which just.
You have to coach yourself and talk yourself through.
Talk to yourself.
Situations. And if you're tired, if you're emotional, if you're stressed, try and remember that like skipping your workout and eating food that doesn't love you isn't actually going to help with that stress or emotion. It often leads to things being worse.
Yeah.
Because then you get the guilt, don't you? And you're like, fuck.
And you end up like in a bit of like a self-sabotagey route sometimes, don't you?
Yeah. It can just lead you to spiral.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, I've got this goal and I'm not showing up for it, so I may as well just fuck it off altogether. Yeah. And then a week later, you're disappointed that you've just fell off track for a week. So I think it's really important that we try and be more mindful in day-to-day life, like breathe more, walk more.
Set boundaries with like work and things like that. Like, I know like I'm quite, not bad, I think it's a bad thing. But
you set a good boundary yesterday, I'm proud of you.
I was quite proud of myself for that, you know.
Yeah,
but I did feel a bit sad.
What did you do?
I said no to the podcast. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. So when I was trying to book in the next month's podcast, one was on a Tuesday and she was like, I can't do a Tuesday because, and I was like, any wiggle room on this? And she was like, no, I can't do a Tuesday because I'm already really stressed on Tuesdays. And I was like, go ahead, Sam.
I've been feeling very overwhelmed with Monday and Tuesday the past few weeks. And I was like, no. Yeah.
Well, see, so like setting boundaries is really
like
important.
saying no to things. Like, as much as you want to do it, like whatever it may be. But also like turning off emails, work phone, like.
Don't work in your bedroom or your living room.
Yeah, I mean, I do that all the time, but yeah, try not to. Yeah.
I think the phones are the worst things for us in terms of managing stress and emotions because it's a really quick, easy dopamine hit. And it's like when we feel stressed or when we feel emotional, a lot of the time we're looking for a distraction. So that's why we look for food because we're like, right, this is a distraction and it gives me pleasure because it's nice. Or we end up on our phone doom scrolling because again, it's a distraction. It takes you out of what's going on in your head. Yeah. And I know on the days where I don't feel the best are the days where my screen time is like at the most danger. So I really try and lock my phone. Me and my phone are having a bit of a relationship shift at the moment. Like I'm spending a lot of time away from it. Like I'm locking it in different rooms. It lives in the office. It doesn't live in my room anymore. Like, and I think that's made a massive difference to how I actually feel. And if I get stressed about something, I'm not picking my phone up to like distract myself and numb my brain. I'm going for a walk or I'm doing a meditation or I'm picking up my Kindle or I'm putting something uplifting on the telly. Like I'm finding things that actually help. And those things then lead to, because I do that and I actually manage the stress better, I make better choices for the rest of the day. Yeah. So I do think that, you know, even going and have a lie down, like go and have a lie down instead of getting on your phone or reaching for food. And when you manage your stress and manage your emotions, things like food choices and showing up to the gym do feel much easier. Like it's hard to show up for yourself when you're just stuck in your brain.
You run down.
Yeah. And like, I'm huge on yoga, meditation. Both of these things have just like massively helped me just be more present in the moment and manage like overwhelm and stuff. And then it's easier for me to do other things. It's easier for me to work.
Like if you're having like a really, really stressful day and you're feeling like really down on yourself and stuff, like, and you know that movement will make you feel better, don't force yourself. Like if you really, really, really not up for it, like don't force yourself to go to the gym, but just do a gentle walk or do some yoga, like move your body in a less intense way.
Move your body, move your mood is like one of my mottos.
Yeah.
And I would also say is, and we do this a lot in Lift and Glow, if you've struggled to get to the gym, we're not going to be like, right, add more on, beast yourself. We're like, she needs to just be here and move, because otherwise she's going to cry. Like
she's never going to come back.
So sometimes like moving your body, even if it's not your best workout, even if it's the worst workout you've ever done, it does help you to like shift. So what I usually say is, if you're feeling like stressed, emotional, anxious, you've got two routes. You've got one that's productive and one that's destructive. The destructive stuff is normally the easier stuff to do. So that's to wallow in bed. That's to eat the chocolate, get the chippy. It's to skip the gym. They're easy, but the destructive, we need to do the productive and the hard thing, which is go for a walk, do a meditation, go to yoga, go to the gym, speak to someone. Like when there's a lot going on in my head, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, you shut down.
But then once I start saying, oh, Fran, it all just, it's so much easier. Like,
or like brain dump, like journaling maybe or something as well.
Brain dump.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, no one needs to look at your journal. You can do it in your phone. Don't worry if you feel like a psycho. We all are, really. But just get the thoughts out of your brain. And then you just feel lighter. You do. And I think it helps with transforming your body, because all of these, you're taking that productive, difficult route, and that helps you with your ultimate goal of transforming.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a meaty.
That was longer than I thought it was going to be, but I feel like everything was quite good.
We expanded on everything a lot. It was meaty. So thank you very much.
Yes.
Cheers.